Hi guys. So this is gonna be my first video. Technically not, but I'm just want to talk about a little bit of like politics because I'm kind of getting frustrated with a lot of the things that have been happening right now when it comes to the state of politics in the United States. So, and I want to talk about Joe Biden because I feel like this needs to be a necessary question, right? Does Joe Biden even want this anymore? I feel like that needs to be a question of like, does Joe Biden even want the presidency? It's just like, is he over it? Because I just feel like there's so many crises that are happening right now with inflation, with gas prices, and it just seems like Joe Biden's priorities are just like, they're just not there. Like his priorities are like, I feel like mostly with the Ukrainian war, excuse me. And while I do feel like that, that is an important issue, but it shouldn't be the only issue, right? And even before that, right? Before this whole like Russian invading Ukraine thing, like Joe Biden has been doing when I say bare minimum, I mean like wow. Like, but then again, I kind of expected him not to do much because we already know who Joe Biden is. Joe Biden is someone that he's establishment. He's definitely a corporate Democrat. He's not really for the people. He's for his donors and big corporations. So it shouldn't be that shocking, but it's just like looking at how badly his poll numbers are, and it's just like he's just doing such a shitty job. You would think that him as well as the establishment Democrats have a sense of urgency, and it's just not there. And I'm just like, okay, well, do you even want this anymore? Because it's like, at the end of the day, Joe Biden has ticked all the boxes when it comes to politics. He was a senator, he was the vice president, and now he is the president. So he already achieved what he wanted to achieve. So I feel like now he feels like he doesn't have to do anything because at the end of the day, he's going down in history as one of the presidents of the United States, you know? And now he feels like he could just do nothing or do the bare minimum. And people are going to be like, oh, well, he passed the infrastructure package. Let's be very freaking clear right now about that infrastructure package. That package was trash. That package was crumbs to a pie. Okay? Initially, the infrastructure package was supposed to be $6 trillion. I guess the Democrats and Republicans are like, no, that's too much. Anything concerning, the citizens or infrastructure or anything like that, they don't want to give the citizens any kind of money or any kind of thing to build up our cities. But whatever, that's a whole other topic for a whole other day. So they brought it down to 3.5 trillion. And Joe Biden was like, okay, no problem. Like, we'll go with that $3.5 trillion. It passed. What was it? I think it passed in the House. No, it didn't pass in the House. You had Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema who were like, no, that's too much. We need to bring it down even more. And mind you, that $3.5 trillion of the infrastructure package is for the course of 10 years. Okay, not 1 year, not 2 years. Because if that was the case, if it was 1 year and 2 years, I'll be like, okay, this is an amazing package. But this is over the course of 10 years, okay, of infrastructure. Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema refused. Now, in that moment, what Joe Biden should have done, mind you, and I don't know if nobody knows this, Joe Manchin's daughter is a whole criminal. Kristen Sinema ran as somewhat of a, I guess you can say social democrat kind of thing in Arizona. He could have pressured them. He could have went all mob boss on Joe Manchin about his daughter. What Joe Biden could have done is like, listen, if you don't pass this $3.5 trillion, I'm going to make sure I get the feds on your daughter. And Joe Manchin would have folded. But guess what? Joe Biden didn't even do that. And mind you, Joe Biden has more power than Joe Manchin. Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear about that. But he didn't do it. They said no. We're bringing it down even more. Now that package ended up becoming 1.5 trillion over the course of 5 years. Over the course of 10 years, excuse me. It got passed, and now this is what we're getting. That whole situation could have been handled completely differently, but no, Joe Biden didn't want to do that. Let's talk about the student debt crisis. Joe Biden can literally delete student loans right now without Congress, without the House, without the Senate. He can do it with executive order right now. Can somebody explain to me why Joe Biden does not want to do it? Everybody wants to keep saying, oh well, he's waiting for Congress. He doesn't need Congress. He doesn't need legislature. He doesn't need Congress. Okay?